Big Blue Thumb Productions presents the Podlie Podcast. Here's your hosts, Podlie Bill, Podlie Cliff, and Podlie Paul.
And good evening, everybody. Wow, there's a lot of comments here already. And I just see Mr. Cliff, and you were frozen, but you're not frozen anymore.
I'm not frozen.
There you
anymore.
are.
Where's Paul?
You're not frozen anymore. So I don't know where Paul is. He and I just did our Sound Sugar radio show, and we wrapped her at 7:30. So I'm not sure exactly where he is. But wow, a lot of comments already. And by the way, just to let you know, it's my fault. The reason we're not together because my production laptop, the fan went. And hopefully be ready by later. I'm hoping tomorrow, or definitely be ready for our next one. So we'll be back in the studio together next week. So I had to use my my small studio to do this in, which we don't all fit in. So that's why we're doing it this way tonight. But
so you don't have a fan
anyway,
today, Bill?
I don't have a fan.
You don't have
fans.
a fan. There are no fans. Currently, Bill has no fans. What kind of a system is that,
fans.
man?
That's a good question. Nicole. 3,500 points.
Holy smokes.
Leslie Ann. Oh, Leslie Ann in there at 2,500. Chai at 1,500.
She says, hi, Chai. It rhymes. Hi, Chai. Hi, Chai.
It does kind of rhyme, doesn't it?
That's
Leslie Ann.
Yeah. That's a MASH reference for anybody who doesn't know.
Yes.
It's a long story.
Yes, it does. Leslie Ann, wonder if they'll get to the topic tonight. Laura, I don't see Laura on here yet, but I do know that I saw Laura saying something via post or something that she may miss some of our Monday night shows because she's doing something Monday nights. So I'm not sure what's happening.
Hey, Bill, should we remind them that we're available on their cell phone and they can take us?
Yeah, I've said that a few times on this podcast.
A few times.
That's why we live stream.
Yeah, but people just don't seem to get the message, and I don't quite understand why.
No, and
less.
And we live stream not only to YouTube, to the Podlie Podcast YouTube channel, but we're back live streaming to the Podlie Podcast Facebook page. So there's lots of space.
I don't know what the excuse is, man. Honestly, I really don't. It's completely and utterly ridiculous.
And Chai says, I'm a fan, Bill. Well, good. Thank you for that. I'm one fan. So, so anyway, the fan conked out in my my computer. So while that laptop runs, I can't run it for a long period of time without the the chance it could overheat. So that's not a good thing.
Isn't that a great word? Conked. I mean, I'd like to know who came up with that word, right? It conked out. I mean, conked.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Laura's here. Laura says, where is Paul? She doesn't ask about you and I, Cliff.
Yeah, thanks, Laura. Appreciate that. Your care and concern.
Just the first thing she says, where's Paul?
No. Hi, Bill. Hi, Cliff. Awesome to see you guys, right? By the way, where's Paul? No.
That's a good question, Laura.
Laura says, I mean, hello all.
It's too late now.
James, I take back all the nice things I was saying about you. Because he also was wondering where Paul is. There he is.
Well, Paul's here brother? Now.
How are you, man?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
You created a stir with your absence, my friend.
Apologies, everybody. Had a little bit of an issue with the link, as y'all may or may not have known. We are or realized we're not together just this week. So I had linkage issues.
Linkage?
Yeah.
Linkage issues are as good as blinkage issues.
This is true.
Neither one you're supposed to have on live television.
Cliffy, I would have preferred blinkage issues that we've been here on time.
Yeah, I'll give you some big eyes.
I wouldn't have been here on time.
You would have been here on time.
William Kirkland's here. William missed last week because he was out working trying to clear snow. Yeah, there was a lot of snow last week, William, but you know what? You have a cell phone. You can tune into us on that.
Yeah, dude.
Just gotta throw that out there, William.
There's literally no excuse, you guys. I mean, if you had any dedication or any commitment.
Yeah, it's not as if we're just on like one TV channel, and if you're not in front of a TV, you can't see us, right? So, James again says, when Paul isn't there, everyone should be asking, where's Paul?
That's right.
Okay.
Is that what happened?
That's what happened, Paulie.
Oh, hey. Oh,
Dude, I told you, you created quite the ruckus. Everything stopped and nobody got on here. Nobody said, hi, Bill, hi, Cliff. Everybody got on and go, where's Paul? Where's
dude,
Paul?
That's I love y'all. Apologies. That was entirely my fault. I just had like I said, I just couldn't get on in time. So.
And now, Paul, you're having some intermittent internet issues. That was hard to say.
Internet
Oh, well.
intermittent issues.
Intermittent internet issues.
Issues.
Yes.
Oh,
but
weird. Oh.
Yeah, but that's okay.
So, gentlemen,
yeah, we're here.
we're on the podcast.
We will be back, like I said. Again,
Cheers.
I don't have a drink.
Cheers.
What is that?
Actually,
Don't show Leslie Ann.
remember the days gone by when I used to mix vodka in soda, and you asked me, oh, when I poured the soda, you say, "Oh, what's in that? Is that fake?" I'm like, "Don't be ridiculous. Of course it is. Of course it is." Well, this one actually, I'll actually show Leslie Ann because it's hers. She actually had some sweet stuff for a change, and I jacked some. So, Leslie Ann, you're gonna have a little less in the bottle there, love. Ha! I'll quench my thirst with it.
I was just going to say, hopefully Leslie Ann's not thirsty and she's not going to come running by and steal that from you.
If you're new to the podcast and you don't know that reference, you're just going to have to go back and binge watch.
All
Yes.
the episodes.
Leslie Ann says, well, first she said hum, something or another. Then she came back with hump. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, like I said, we will be back together in the same room next week once the technical issues on my side are all fixed. And otherwise, how was the week there, Mr. Cliff? Other than being chilly, now he's cracking open cans over there now too.
I just wanted to point this out to Leslie because I have some alcohol there, but also look.
Wow.
See, because that now quenches the thirst. See,
You
that's
know-
the thirst.
You know what's really interesting? Close your eyes, and if you just closed your eyes and just heard what Cliff just did,
Wouldn't
that
you be
right there
thirsty?
be thirsty.
I know, right? Yeah. You don't even need pretzels.
Don't even. That makes-
No,
Sociable.
I don't have anything to be sociable with. And here we are, sponsored by Manual Labor Beer, and I don't even
we got
have
no
any
beer.
Manual Labor beer in here right now. So
And we got
I
no
don't-
beer.
I
What
don't
kind of a
do that
system
either.
is that, Bill?
that's a good question. And by the way, quick reminder: April 22nd, we'll be live at Manual Labor Beer. You
In
can come and
Sherwood
see
Park.
us.
So
Yeah, Sherwood Park.
anybody out there who are particularly fond of Sherwood Forest, we will be there at Manual Beer. Come join us, play some pinball, come say hi on the podcast, blah, 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 blah. And yeah.
and drink beer.
And drink beer.
Yeah, and drink beer. Yeah, that's what we'll do there. So anyway, how was your week, Cliff? As I was asking.
It was good, man. Yeah, not bad. Cold, frozen. What the hell? Winter came by. You know, it's funny, right? Because we humans, we think we're so smart and we think we're so everything. And then nature comes along, gives you one upside the head and goes, screw you. You have no idea what power is. Because I had
Yeah.
all kinds of aspirations of doing things. And then all of a sudden winter hits and it's like, yeah. But yeah, otherwise, not too bad. Pretty status quo. Hung out with some friends here and there. Worked here and there. Played some guitar here and there. And yeah, pretty much status quo, as Paulie would say.
Cliffy, what do you think of my
Just
shirt?
a little bit of here and there.
Sorry there, Bill. Say one more time.
I was just saying, just a little bit of here and there, and
Just a little bit of here and
Paul
there.
wants to point.
I know. I'm trying to look at it. Is that did you get a Doyle shirt? You son of a bitch!
What do you think of my shirt?
You son of a gun! I was gonna message you, and you know, see where you were to try and wave at you, but yeah, it just my internet connection was spotty. I actually did send a Facebook message, but it didn't seem to go. It didn't seem to do anything. So and then the moment passed.
So, what did you think?
I thought it was fantastic. I'm a big fan of Alan Doyle to begin with, but that band that he has put together, my God, that violin fiddle player,
Yep.
unbelievable. What a talent. What
Yep.
a talent, man.
Yep.
And I tell you, you put that kind of a band together, and he played, I don't know how long he played for, a couple hours.
Yeah, but I don't know.
And even the opening act, Adam Baldwin there, he was brilliant, funny as hell. And what a band. He put together an amazing band. It was so fantastic. And at the Jubilee, you can't get a bad seat as far as the sound goes.
Oh, 100%. You know what?
Great sound.
You know what I kind of found? I found that his very funny. His lead guitarist, Cliff, he's got better vocals than Alan does. Did you notice that?
Well, different. I don't know about better, but he's got some pretty smacking vocals.
Whoa.
Yeah, pretty crazy vocals.
Yeah. It was. I was. Yeah, it was a serviceable show. I'm not going to say it was one of my favorite shows, but it was a good show.
Yeah. Oh, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it tremendously. I thought Alan and his team put on a really good. I think. See, I mean, some people go to concerts for the vibe, and I get that, and I go for that as well. But if the music's not good, the vibe doesn't mean anything to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. Some people go just for the vibe, and I understand that, and I can relate and all type of jazz. But for me, the music has to be still good, and it still has to be a good production value and so on and so forth, or else it doesn't. But so for me, that concert, the vibe was fantastic, nice kind of a hometown vibe, and it was so nice. We made lots of friends around us and everything else, and then the music was fantastic. So
I have I was underwhelmed. I was underwhelmed, Cliff.
Really, eh?
Yeah, I was underwhelmed. I don't know.
In what way? Like, what was the issue?
Yeah. Okay. So he, like, I was really close. Like, I saw everything. I saw everything. I saw every glance. I saw every twitch. I saw everything. He just looked really tired. He looked like I call it a serviceable show because he serviced the crowd. He did what he needed to do, and then he got out.
I don't know, dude. He never even took a break. His band members took a break. He never left the stage once. And of course he was tired. He played Trail the previous day, and God knows what the previous day to that. So I mean, you know what? I don't know. I thought he put on a great show. I thought he was in good form. Pretty great and brave if you're tired to get out there and sing a song with just him and the piano player, and then him sing to that. That showed his voice was tired a little bit, and you could hear it in the voice there. But otherwise, I don't know. I thought they put on a great show. Very, very Alan Doyle-esque.
Yeah. You might be right. I don't know. I'm a little underwhelmed.
Anyway, we're probably boring everybody who has no idea who Alan Doyle is. Sorry about that. Bill, how was your week, my friend?
Yes. Good. Very busy week. Busy work-wise. Lots of things happening there, and busy just getting ready for the Ravenwood Music Festival. And we have our final Ravenwood Music Club this upcoming Friday night, March 8th at the Strathcona County Museum with Mallory Chipman. And I'm going to let you all know, if you have not got a ticket yet, chances are within the next day or so, we're going to be announcing sold out. There's only, a couple of tickets left, I think. So it's just about full. So go to ravenwoodexperience.com and you can jump on that. But of course, we do have lots of tickets still for sale for the Ravenwood Music Festival, July 12th, 13th. So you're going to want to grab those because we are the lowest priced outdoor music festival in Alberta right now.
Yeah.
There you go. That's my plug.
And come on, Bare Naked Ladies, ex-Bare Naked Ladies frontman Stephen Page. What more could you possibly ask for?
Yeah, but by virtue, what Bill said, we are the lowest priced festival in Alberta, but that doesn't mean that we have aligned our lineup with lower class talent, guys. I mean, this is world class talent that we're bringing in. They're known near, they're known far, they're known nationally, they're known internationally. So just by virtue of the fact that we have lower price tickets does not mean we have lower class a venue or talent. So get on it. It's going to be fantastic.
Cheers.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Cheers. I keep saying that, and again, I have a pen in my hand. I can do that.
Well, Chai
And,
asked you
I'm
if
not
you
holding
want,
a pen
if you want
because
to bring. Chai asked you if you wanted to want her to bring you something. But
yeah, and hey, by the way, Laura says Stephen Page. Laura, are you actually going to be available this year, or is Nickelback showing up? Because last year she missed. Last year she had to go to Nickelback.
to Nickelback. To go to Nickelback. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, and again, apologies. I don't know if it's my internet, but things are jumping around here a little bit on me too. So if I miss something, and it could be because the internet's
yeah, we're
a
having
little
some issues
choppy here
eh?
right now. But
We're having some issues.
yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully that'll clear up as we move into the show here. So Laura says she is coming to it as well. So that's good.
I missed my drum set.
Um,
I need to
there
set
you
up the
go.
drum set
So you
again
don't have-
because now when people tell a joke, how am I supposed to do it?
Yeah, well, and you don't have those sticks when we're all together.
I
You
know.
don't have those sticks with you.
I know, and my drum cymbals are way over there, so I can't reach. I need a bigger stick.
Just throw them.
You know, as a drummer, Cliff, as a serious drummer, drummers carry drumsticks with them because they never know when they might need them.
Exactly. Yeah, but I'm like I said, it's way over there, and these sticks are too short. I definitely need a longer stick.
Man, I hate it when we got
Well, I'm not going to get into that right now.
Okay, shall we move on then?
boy, do I ever need a longer stick.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. No point in getting Podlie on this now.
You know,
Not even a drummer.
Okay, now I definitely need that.
yeah, let's stick to the show.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, Bill. Yeah,
Which
Bill.
part-
Let's stick to the show, Bill.
Laura, by the way, like I
there's
said,
an
I was
app for
only
that. Oh my God! Look, it's Kieran. Everybody, please say hi to my friend Kiki. She comes under there under the name of Kieran in big, nice capital letters, and that's my friend Kiki. She's a lovely person.
Hi,
Please say hi
Kiki.
to her. Hello, Kiki. Welcome. Glad you're here. All that type of jazz. I'll play something on the drums the next time I see you. Okay.
Cliff's sticks are just going wild tonight.
They're going wild, as they say in Scotland. They're going wild.
Yeah.
Hello, Kiki. Kiki. And
Welcome
James.
to the Podlie podcast, Kiki. James,
Yeah, welcome to the
James
Podlie
is here.
podcast, Kieran. And welcome to the podcast again, James. It's about time you showed up, I'd say. Ha.
I haven't taken you up on the offer, Chai. I'm doing okay, actually. I do have a topic to get to soon, so
Oh,
I'll
well,
try not to think
let's
about
do it
any
then.
drink.
What are we talking? Anything good?
So the topic I thought would be kind of interesting is, of course, if you hadn't heard just recently, about 2 weeks ago, actually, because we were supposed to be on, I was going to do this topic last week, but we ended up having to postpone. So if you haven't heard, you see this picture up on the screen. So this lunar lander called Odysseus landed about 2 weeks ago on the moon. Now, it tipped over.
Hold the phone. Whose aircraft is this? Is this the United States?
Yes. So it's from the US.
Oh, what a great name. What a great name.
landed-
Odysseus, eh? I love it.
Landed on the moon.
Nice.
And it was done by a private company along with NASA, some help from NASA. So it is there. It is on the moon taking some pictures, but it tipped over not long after it landed. So that picture that I'm showing right now, of course, it's laying on its side.
Ha.
So the other thing that they wanted to do with this particular moon landing was that they landed it on the south side of the moon because they have seen ice there. So ice means water, which could mean the ability
I thought
to
you meant the
sustain
rapper.
some type of no, not that one. That's the wrong one.
I thought he became the not stellar, but interorbital rapper. Ice. Oh. Yo,
Ice-
stop.
ice face. Maybe you could be correct, Cliff. I might be wrong in what type of
Anyway,
ice it was.
Sorry to interrupt. Continue, Bill. So they found.
So ice, and so the reason they've landed on that side of the moon is to explore it a little bit further. Now that the lunar lander has tipped over, it will limit a little bit, limit some of the things I guess they can get, but. With ice being on that side of the moon, as I mentioned, that could be conducive to maybe colonizing that side
Life.
of the moon at some point in years to come, right?
Mhm.
Because water mean life. So
Water
so
means
anyway,
life.
they put that there. So my whole question is, we talked about on this show way back about, Mars and going to Mars, that kind of thing. Would you go to the moon? Now, moon, you can if you went to the moon, you can return from the moon.
Yeah, just
Mars,
jump.
once you're there, you're there. Yeah, you can just jump from the moon and
Just jump.
and float.
Well, because
float
there's only 6% gravity, right? So you can get
Yeah,
off the
yeah.
surface a lot easier than you could from Earth.
You could. So that's the big question. Can you? I'm sorry, as I'm saying this, there's a whole bunch of drink orders going on the comments here right now. So we're talking about the topic.
Everybody's offering.
Everybody.
Everybody's ordering drinks. Hey, Kiki, it looks like you showed up at the right podcast, dude. I mean, I don't think we're going to have any lively debates about the moon as we did on other topics, but looks like everybody's making drink orders, so that's got to be worth something.
Leslie Ann wants a single Scotch neat.
Single
Thanks,
malt Scotch
James.
neat. Nice, Leslie Ann.
Yeah, and drink. Don't drink that too fast, Leslie Ann.
Yeah, Leslie Ann. It's not to quench thirst, love. See this? This is to quench your thirst. And
Well,
this is the dessert.
Yes, that is the dessert. Yeah.
Okay, so Bill,
Yes.
since it's your topic,
I defer to Paul.
Yes.
Listen, we should take a vote, Bill. Who do you want to go first in this? I vote Paul.
I vote Paul.
Okay, there you go, Paul. Motion carried.
Hell yeah, would
Yeah.
I go? Hell yeah, I would go. Hell yeah, I would go.
Yeah.
Here's-
And do what?
here's the only consideration that I have. If we start colonizing, and I started thinking about this, if we start colonizing Mars and start colonizing the moon, and we still have people obviously here on Earth. I mean, we can't even get along on our own, marble. What is that going to happen with interstellar relations? And I mean, that's just a thought that just came out just 3 seconds ago, but yeah.
Hey, okay, but hold on though. Distance makes the heart grow fonder. So if we chuck some people up to the moon, right, and keep some people here, we might get fonder of each other.
You never know. And hey, like I said, the one thing with the moon is you can return. So it's, you might go up there for 6 months and come back, right? You could do that. Or if you've got somebody who's getting out of hand, I guess you could always kick them back to Earth.
Jump, little bugger, jump.
Jump. Here's a platform. But if the moon is flat, like those flat earthers,
Like
watch where you step.
Okay, so I don't know. I think I see it, but if anybody can mention what you're watching on, if you're watching on YouTube or if you're watching on Facebook. Oh, okay, never mind. I think I see it. So
Yeah.
okay, so Kiki, just for the record, you're on YouTube, right? Okay, cool. And we're also broadcasting to Facebook if anybody needs to know. All right.
Yes, we're on both platforms. So we do have some people on Facebook tonight and some on YouTube. So
Sure. So what about you, Bill? What's the moon? What's the moon?
you know what?
Sorry, I was just reading Leslie Ann's comment.
Yeah, mooners. A bunch of mooners up there.
Flatmongers. The flatmongers sounds wrong, so you can call it flat mooners.
Yeah, no, I would, I would, I think I would go. I think it would be interesting to be up in that type of environment. Now, obviously, you're going to be living in enclosed, environments. You can't just walk around the moon like we do on Earth for sure. But I think it would be kind of interesting to do that, even if it was like a 6-month run. We just lost Paul. Paul went to the moon.
He's like, I'm
excited.
I'm peace out. I'm gone.
He was gone. He was gone. But
he's having some internet connectivity issues, I suspect.
I think he is. So, but anyway, I would do it. Even if it was like a 6 month stint. I don't know if Chai would do it. I just watched actually yesterday. SpaceX sent up 4 new astronauts to the space
To
station.
the space station, yeah.
So I watched that launch and everything last night, and that was actually in a new Falcon 9. That's its first flight.
That's a
So
massive ship, eh?
yeah, but it went very well, and um, yeah. What about you, Cliff? Would you go?
I would. Mind you, I said I'd go to Mars too. It depends on who comes with me, but um, I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, these things, adventures such as that, literally will come along once in a lifetime, right? I mean, maybe not in future lifetimes. In future lifetimes, the once in a lifetime might be Mars or might be Jupiter, for all I know. But
Yeah,
now, I think the moon would be a once in a lifetime thing, and I don't know. I think there's something to be said about getting a group of people together that you trust, not only with your life but with your love, with your humanity, um that you trust these people so deeply that you would go into the unknown with them,
yeah.
right?
It's got to be
I-
a team, obviously, that gets along. There have to be a
right,
lot of
and I don't even mean it so much as like a team of scientists and so on. Not
right.
even that so much, but like if you talk about building a biosphere on the moon, I think the act of compiling a small group of people, like I said, that you can trust, implicitly trust. You can trust them with your love. You can trust them with all of who you are, and they can
Yeah,
trust you. And and go up there and create a meaningful life for however long um, the program is. And I don't know. I think that says something about. I think that would be an interesting comment on the potential of humanity itself. Because in my mind, if you're going to do something like that, the trust that you have for the people in your team, the trust that you have for the people around you. I mean, for argument's sake, let's say you're going to go and live on a biosphere there, right? I mean,
yeah.
you're not the scientists, you're not the
Nope.
astronauts. You're just there to go and live on the moon. You live in a biosphere. You have a bunch of people, like a commune, right? I mean, you're going to grow vegetables. You're going to build. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. You're probably going to procreate, right?
Hmm.
Etc. 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 I think, in my mind, I think it would be a fantastic experiment, especially if it's a biosphere type system where you build a biosphere up
Yeah,
there.
and I agree, actually, Cliff. I think it would be better not to have scientists,
Agreed.
astronauts. Obviously, you need maybe some medical
Well, to
personnel.
get us up there,
Yeah.
and
You
yeah,
you have to get up there, and you need some medical personnel in that biosphere, et cetera, just for things that may happen. But I think it would be better just to have, normal, hardworking, regular people that go up there and pull this and bring this all together and work together as that team. Will there be ups and downs? Will there be debates? Will there be things that everybody doesn't always agree with and get along with? Of course, but that's how you build that community, right?
and then and as I was speaking, right, the implicit trust that you would have for the people that you're going up with, right? I mean, you would trust them with everything. You trust them with your life. You trust them with your love. You trust them with your uh, all the sustenance that you need, and
Hmm.
etc. 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 Well,
Yeah.
well, well. Look who we got. We got Jeremy Bernard Schultz.
Jeremy, haven't seen you in a long time. Yeah, it would be quite an adventure for sure. Jeremy says, "What an adventure to go!" James says, "Didn't they have a terrible time in that Biosphere 2 thing in Arizona?" So there is a documentary on Netflix.
I want to
Uh,
see
uh,
that. I've never seen it.
Chai and I watched it. It was rather interesting, and it did not last. Um, so as hard as they tried to make it work, and they came close to it. I won't give any spoilers, but I can just say that it didn't work as they expected it to work. So hopefully, if they did that on the moon, they wouldn't have what happened. Or kind of what happens there. But anyway, I completely agree. I think don't have the scientists up there, or that kind of thing. Let's make this something that a group of like-minded people, let's say,
Yeah.
can work together and build this community together in such a way that it's a community that you want to be in, and a community that you want to live in. Paul, if you just tuned in, Paul was with us. He's having internet issues, so he has dropped off the call. But if
He dropped off the planet.
he dropped out, like I said, or he got so excited he just hopped the next ship and he's gone to the moon. So the next transmission we're going to get is Paul floating on the moon.
he got punted. And it's Andrea.
Yeah.
Hello, Andrea. Nice to see you.
Well, Andre, it's good to see you as well.
I finally got to see them in person the other day at just, hey, listen, I'm just throwing this out there so y'all know. My godson just turned 4. All right.
Wow.
And hey, I know there are a lot of cute little boys out there, but not like him.
Yeah.
Because he's my godson.
But you know what?
I mean, it has very little to do with his parents.
You know what that means, Cliff?
What's that?
If he just turned 4, that means you're getting older too.
Yeah, but I get better looking as I age. So you know,
Yeah.
like,
well, and you've got bigger drumsticks, so.
And I got bigger drumsticks. That's right. And by the way, people, if you look at the time right now, good evening and welcome to the middle of the podcast.
Good job. I wasn't even paying attention to that tonight.
I know, right? I know.
And I see Laura's left. She said goodnight, so she's obviously gone to somewhere else. So
unbelievable.
And it was funny. As soon as she left, within minutes, Paul was gone. So maybe they both gone to the moon.
That's awesome. So Laura leaves, and then Paul's. Hey, is there something going on there that we should know about?
Maybe. Ooh.
a little hanky panky after lunch. Hey, Bill. A little
gossip of the Podlie podcast.
Yeah, a little hanky panky after lunch.
Yeah.
Not lunch. Launch.
We're becoming the TMZ.
the TMZ. Thanks, Chai. I think I just said it right after that comment, but I never even saw that comment. Welcome back, Paul.
How was the moon?
Yeah, no kidding. Sorry about it.
Did you find some cheese?
I'm going to just listen because I missed a whole lot. Apologies, guys. I don't know what's going on with my.
No if anybody asks me how was the moon, I'm bound to say it was Gouda.
That's cheesy.
But the only problem
that one cratered.
That one.
The problem with the moon is it's a vard away.
Paul, you have to work for that one, dude.
I know, but it was close.
Moon over Miami.
Okay, so everybody wants to go to the moon. That's it. Topic's done. Where's Laura?
I guess. But funny thing is, none of our viewers have said whether they want to go to the moon or not.
Yeah, come on, you guys. Chop.
Part of the topic in asking that question, obviously Jeremy sounds interested because he said, "What an adventure!"
Exactly.
So he might be interested. I don't know if Andrea's interested or James. You being a teacher, if you're watching still, why wouldn't you want to go to the moon?
Yeah, James.
But James, I offered James a ride on my bike, and he won't even get on that. How are we going to get him on the rocket for crying out loud?
How are you going to get him on the rocket?
Jeremy says,
what does Jeremy say?
Jeremy says the best food pun though was about the seal who joined the circus. He did it for the
halibut. Oh, hey, look, it's Amy. Hello, Amy. How are you?
Amy says maybe.
Happy you could join us. Everybody say hi to Amy. She's new on the podcast, methinks.
Hi, Amy. Welcome to the 173rd episode, Amy. It's 173 hours you won't get back, as Paul would say.
Well, she hasn't spent those 173 hours. She's going to have to go and binge watch.
If she just signed in, this is what, 10 minutes maybe, Amy? So get used to it.
Half on Facebook. Okay, we have like a tiny bit of podcast that we did at the very beginning, which was only on audio. And then we had a whole bunch on Facebook because showed up. COVID showed up.
Yep.
And then we went back and then we left Facebook to go to YouTube, and now we're back. So if you want to catch them all, if you want to catch them all, you're gonna have to do some digging to find them.
So long story short, after 173 episodes, we still don't know what the hell we're doing.
Pretty much, yeah. Okay, but can I ask you guys a question? Now, obviously, this will not relate to many of the people who are new or who haven't been watching us since the beginning. But when we first started, we used to talk about some pretty serious issues, which we kind of got away from for the most part. If anybody remembers that, there's a question for you. Would you want more serious topics on here that we can bash around, or would you want more light topics on you, like answering stupid questions. Remember those ones, Bill? We did a few of
Yep.
those.
Yeah.
And what does
Yeah,
Amy
by the
say?
way-
Amy says, "Hello, everyone. That's fine. I've already caught up and I've been here the whole time." Oh, look at that. Just
Nice,
sneaking
Amy.
in and not making
Yeah.
herself known and stuff like that there.
There you go. And I
I
just got to
like it.
put this up. So James said he would not go. No thanks. I don't feel like smelling recycled air for months at a time with people I wouldn't be able to tolerate for longer than a week. William
You're-
Kirkland says Mars would be more interesting than the moon.
Really, eh?
Well, could be.
Well, it
Yeah.
could very well be. The landscape probably looks slightly more interesting. And I mean,
Definitely.
it's red and all. But I think
Yeah.
okay, I'm the guy that gets excited to go to Calgary, okay? I am. And trust me,
Yeah.
if you say to me right now, "Hey, road trip to Grand Prairie," I'll be like, "I'm in." I'm a road trip
Yeah.
guy. I'm a go with guy. I'm a road trip guy. So as far as I'm concerned, if somebody says to me, "Hey, we're opening up a biosphere on the moon. Do you want to join us for 3 months or a year?" I'd be like,
Mhm.
"Yep, cut me in."
Yeah.
Again, as
Yeah,
long as
there
you
you
can
go.
find people that you trust with, with your life and your love and your heartaches and your non-heartaches and all that sort of stuff. If you can find somebody that you can trust, which is obviously a tall order these days, but if you
Mhm.
can find somebody you can trust, I think that would be a fantastic adventure.
Cliff, if it's for
Yeah,
3
sure.
rights, I'd go. Absolutely, I'd go. But I mean, I have, I've got kids and stuff like that. I mean, if I'm going to Mars, I don't know. I think that's I think I would. I think that's a hard no for Mars, but a hard heck for 3 months on the moon. Absolutely, yeah, I'd go.
Jeremy says, I think I would miss the mountains and the rivers and the greenery. I'd make a better second generation moon colonizer where I never knew any different.
Mm.
Where I never knew any different. There
Ah,
you go. Well,
yeah,
that's all right.
that's a reasonable thought there, Mr. Jeremy.
Yep.
But
Yep.
are we sure that there's no mountains and stuff? I mean, there's no green yet.
Yeah,
But
I'm not sure if there's a lot of mountains on the moon. There definitely is on Mars.
Yeah.
But I think the moon is mainly all craters.
hmm
Well, actually, James has popped in and says moon has some pretty cool mountains. So I guess they do.
There you go. And
Yeah.
Andrea says, I think a mixture of both serious topics and also light and inconsequential. Thanks, Andrea. I'll take that to heart, and so will my fellow Podlie podcasters.
Yeah.
And I like what Nicole says. Nicole says she's enjoying the mix of everything as well. And Nicole also says, yes, going anywhere is a let's do this. And yeah. Nicole, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm a come with kind of guy. I'm a let's go do a road trip kind of guy, on a heartbeat. I wish my cousin Daryl was around. Him and I drove to Golden, BC from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, not Edmonton. From Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, we drove to Golden, BC to have coffee with a friend of ours for 3 hours. And we turned around, we came back.
Yeah.
So definitely a road trip type guy, definitely a come with type guy.
Yeah, it's fair. I always teach my kids, if you've got an opportunity, say yes. Just say yes. Opportunities, whether it's
you know what, Paulie? I'm all about that. I'm all about the yes. My first go-to response to most things is a yes. And
Yeah.
I learned, I don't know when I learned that, but it's led me astray sometimes. Sure. It's led me into heartache sometimes. Sure. But for the most part, I've been okay with saying yes, if that makes any sense.
Yep.
Yeah. Amy, by the way, Amy says, I would say more serious topics. It makes for interesting conversations and debates, along with hearing other people's opinions on said topics.
Agreed, Amy. Agreed. We've had some serious, we've done some serious topics in the past. Everything, like for instance, the AI topic that we did, that was a well-watched show. It was all about AI replacing possibly irreplaceable jobs. And then Chai came on and had a discussion with us. That was interesting. I like the serious topics, but I'm also with Andrea, who says, a mixture of everything. And Nicole says a mixture of everything.
Yeah.
I just noticed that we didn't really mix it anymore, you guys. We basically went pretty much for the longest time. We went really no thought type topics, no serious topics, or am I imagining things?
No, I think I think the percentage of serious topics definitely has dropped
Diminished,
uh,
yeah.
over the past few episodes or the past few months for sure. So definitely something I think we look
Yeah.
at. And one thing I'm just going to read this comment, and then I'll share an idea I thought for next week. But Andrea says, I don't know if I want to go to the moon. I'd want a return trip home if I do decide to go to the moon, maybe just to visit for the experience. And that's the one thing, as I said, with the moon is you can come back. It's not like the Mars trip. So
Mhm.
a little bit different there. But anyway, so my thought for next week, and I had kind of mentioned to this guys, to Paul and Cliff earlier today, but I thought this might be something interesting to try out. And you mentioned AI. So I thought I would
Oh
sign in
yeah, oh
my
yeah.
chat.
Listen to this, guys. This is good.
I thought I would have my tablet on the show next week, and I'll sign into my chat GPT account, and we will ask AI to provide us with some serious Podly podcast topics. I won't say Podly podcast, but we'll ask for some serious podcast topics, and
Let's see
see
what they
what
come up with.
AI comes up with. And maybe it'll come up with a topic we can talk about right away on that show. Maybe it'll come up with multiple topics that might generate some interest for following shows. So I thought it might be just kind of interesting to try that out live with you guys watching.
Bill, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And I just want to catch what Deborah says very quickly. Hi, hello, Deborah Hughesgar. Nice to see you on here. We appreciate you showing up. And she says, did I miss the middle of the podcast? Did I miss all the good stuff?
Hey,
So anybody who's new on here, I don't know when this started, pretty much at the beginning of the podcast. For some odd reason, in the middle of the podcast, I say good evening and welcome to the middle of the podcast. I don't know why that started. It's not mine. It's not my creativity. It's actually a Monty Python thing. But for some odd reason, it's stuck, and I kind of like it. So that's what Debbie is referring to.
Deb, don't worry about it. If you missed the middle of the podcast, so did I. So don't worry.
So did he. So you guys, I just want to say very quickly. First of all, I really like the chat GTP idea, Bill, to generate a topic. I think that's fantastic. And secondly, those listening, anybody new? I know Kiki has not listened before. So Kiki's new, Amy's new. So
Amy?
anybody who's new, we always ask people, hey, listen, if you got a topic that you think we should discuss, that you want, like I don't know, what the hell do we know about anything? But if you think that of a topic that you say, hey, that would be fun to deal with on the Podly podcast, hey, listen, we have a Facebook page. Go like the Facebook page. And either you could tell us right now or later on, go to the Facebook page and put a comment on there. Hey, we would love to talk about stuff that somebody particularly wants to talk about. And I think that would be a great idea. If you have something, bring it on.
Yeah, for sure. Jeremy also says you can also ask Chat GPT to generate images for each topic you discuss.
I don't know.
Wow.
That might
I'm
not
not
be
sure.
so much fun, Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm not sure that might be a good idea, Jeremy.
Yeah, because I mean, I was talking about sticks and how they're quite short and not
Yeah.
long enough, and how I need a longer one. I'm not sure exactly how ChatGTP would interpret that.
It might be a whole different version.
It might be a whole different podcast, you guys.
That might be a whole different topic that we haven't really addressed on this show.
That we never really addressed on the show.
Do I have to wear pants?
No.
Ask ChatGTP.
Do you have to wear pants, Paul? Well, yeah. That's a good question. But yeah, Cliff has it completely right. So for a lot of you that are new here tonight, and also as Cliff said, and we always mention this, we're not at the end of the show yet. We still got about 15 minutes left. But
That's right.
if you got friends, join in. We're on both platforms now. So for those that
Wait a minute, somebody has
that's
friends?
I guess
What?
apparently they do. I have one fan.
Apparently they have friends. Really?
I've got one fan apparently. So
Yeah, Bill's got a fan.
yeah. But anyway, Deborah Hughes-Gars just said you got to stay out of the pool. That's why you're a problem with your drumsticks there, Cliff.
Everybody into the pool.
I was in the pool.
Quit playing your drums in the pool, Cliff.
Yeah. So, but yeah, come up with, invite your friends to the show. Cause like I said, we were kind of hearing when we were on YouTube, which we wanted to move to, that then there were people that were on Facebook that don't use YouTube. so they weren't watching. So then we made the decision finally to go back to do both platforms, which we're doing now. So it gives everybody the opportunity to watch, whether it's YouTube or Facebook. You can jump in with us, and your friends can do the same thing.
And it's not just it's not just lip service when we say, if you really do have a topic, guys, that you are interested in discussing on air Monday from 8 till 9, my gosh, put it on the Facebook page. We will absolutely.
Yeah, Jeremy, it snowed 4 inches last night. 4 inches. That's a lot, right? Wow. Let's ask Chat GPT that. Yeah.
The auto jet. That's too funny.
Yeah.
Hey,
We lost your audio, Cliff.
I think he's working on it. Cliffy, you working on it? Yeah, I
We
know.
lost your audio, Cliff.
Guys, we'll be back. We'll be back live and in the same room together next week.
How's the audio there?
Now you're back.
I was just gonna say, Jeremy. Good to have you back, buddy. Yeah, 4 inches of snow. Yeah, that's a lot for sure.
So what you're saying is 4 inches is a lot?
Well, yes.
Oh,
And snow's cold.
No. Oh, all right. Because that's not what I've heard.
That's not what you heard.
Snow is cold as well.
Oh my goodness me. And Deborah says you gotta stay out of the
Yeah. That's what we were
Oh
saying.
my goodness me. These pretzels are making me thirsty. Okay, we seem to have gone off the tracks. I'm just saying.
That never
Well,
happened.
again, we went off the moon track here. So
Yeah. So let me ask you this then. I mean, maybe in future we can talk about conflict resolution, etc. When it comes to things like this, if you have like, let's say 10 people or 12 people isolated, right? How do you work on conflict resolution? How do you gain trust? How do you choose to trust somebody with your heart and your life if there's some doubt? How do you do that? Right? Because if you're going to say, I'm taking 12 people with me or 11 people with me and I'm going to go live on the moon for 4 months.
Yeah.
4 months doesn't seem like a long time. But if you're with
No,
people you
it's
don't
right,
like or
right,
don't trust or don't trust you,
Yeah.
it could be a lifetime, right?
yeah.
So maybe that's a
Now,
future topic.
that
How
could
do
be a
you
very good topic.
Yeah, how do you develop, maintain, cultivate a trust in the people that you love and proclaim to love you? And yeah, like, how would that be if you were isolated, where you could not leave? I mean, you can leave, but it's 4 months away because the next rocket doesn't show up for 4 months.
Well, and remember this, guys. It's being done now. I mean, the ISS is being occupied by astronauts.
Yeah, but that's different, Paulie. That's a whole different way. That's a whole different thing, though, because that's like me going to work.
Yeah, but
Work is different.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Paulie, you're cutting out, my friend.
They're still living together. I mean,
no, but that's not the point, though. The point is the relationship is a working relationship,
mm-hmm.
right? What I'm saying is, if you went to live on a biosphere and, well, you're not the scientist working, you're actually just living. You're in a commune where everybody is living and supporting each other. I guess that's what I'm saying. As a scientist, that's different, because I think you're going up there to work. I mean, my working relationship with people is vastly different than my social relationship with people,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. But I think if you get to go home, these people on the ISS do not. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. No, true enough.
So, like, you get to go home and you get to take a breath and you get to do your passions and spend time with your wife and do your hobbies. I mean, your passions, when you're not pressing buttons on the ISS, are again directly next to the person you're sharing the ISS with.
Mm-hmm.
So one of your astronauts doesn't like guitar, and you're a guitar player. Well, that's going to be an issue.
Yeah. No kidding. Yeah. So Jeremy says, I would absolutely be interested in earthly communal living. Jeremy, I don't know, man. I would be. I definitely would be. I don't know to what extent it's possible nowadays, but I would definitely be interested.
You'd have to be. You'd have to buy up a big piece of land, Jeremy, and you know, put a communal living community together.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I've never really thought about communal living in putting myself into communal living. I'm gonna think about that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I'm too. I like the idea of communes.
Mhm.
I do. I think it's
Well, and it depends how much communal, right? I mean, are we
Yeah.
sharing husbands and wives and children's and I mean, what
Exactly.
like what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, we lost your audio again, Cliff. James says, "What are we doing for months up there? Give me a job and something to do while I'm
Can
there."
you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You just your audio was gone again for a little bit, but yeah. So James would need a job while he's up there. Well, we'll give you a job, James. Definitely, we need somebody to water the garden every day.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think like you go and you volunteer to be part of a commune, be it terrestrial or extraterrestrial, with the understanding that you are establishing something new. Ergo, I think you are going to be working because you're going to be working for the establishment. Are you not?
As a part of a commune. Well, you're working as one big group, right? You're all working together.
So I think but you're working because you're working to establish a community. So I would have, whatever that may be, right?
Right. Yeah. You're still gonna. I guess you'd be having a job in the sense of maybe it's not monetary, but it's something you need to do to keep that commune running. Everybody's
Right.
going to have to put their hand in to help.
Right. It's the development of the establishment. Whether you're establishing schools and education, whether you're establishing food and agriculture, you're going to have a job.
Exactly what Andrea says. Andrea says, let everybody have a role. Like someone gardens, someone watches the kids, someone is a nurse, someone teaches the older kids, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Someone cooks. She also adds on. So yeah, that's kind of how that whole environment I think would work.
Well, the good thing would be did this get really loud?
You are pretty loud now.
I'm turning it down now as we speak. Sorry about that.
Yeah. No, that's good. My
I'm
my
having-
ears are fine.
Right then, I'm having some issues. Yeah, and I think you would have to go with your. This thing keeps going up. You would have to go with your strengths, right? So, if you're in a commune, I think you're going to have to source out people that you need, and I mean a Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, right?
Yeah.
I mean you can't have
Yeah.
you can't have everybody on living on a commune who builds websites, right? Because we're never going to eat, we're never going to have food. We need people that build websites, maybe, and then we also need people that grow vegetables and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
You need to sit everybody down basically and find what everybody's strengths are.
Correct.
And
Correct.
then you let them work within that strength.
Correct.
Right. And I mean, there are people that are the backbone of the work. There are people that are the backbone of the ideas. There are people that are the backbone of the supplies of the food, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right.
What's interesting though is
And
you talked earlier about trust, Cliff, and who do you go up? Who do you
Mhm.
go up there with? Now, my question to that is,
yeah.
um, you find people for which have strengths, and you can't have people with the same strengths. Where do you decide that? Do you decide that here on Earth as a part of a plan, or do you go up there and then decide it?
Well, I don't think, Paulie, it's a matter of deciding. I think it's a matter of cultivating a group of people. Like, so if there's a cook, I'm not saying there can't be 2 cooks. There could be 3 cooks. There could be 4 cooks. But not to sound high and mighty or nothing like that. But I have a lot of talents. I have a lot of skills, right? That I can bring to the table. Not only can I cook, but I know a lot about plants. I know a shit ton about plants and fruits and berries and gardening and permaculture.
Mhm.
I know about music. I can bring music to the table. I can bring ideas to the table, etc., etc., etc. Now, I'm sure that I'm not unique in that area. I think everybody can bring a set of skills
Hmm.
to the table. And some people will be more skilled in some areas and some people will be less skilled in some areas. But if you get a group of people together who are willing to teach each other, I think the upward spiral would be absolutely phenomenal.
I agree.
Right? I mean, if you
No.
get 12 people together and you say, hey, listen, these are the people that I trust with my life and my love and my everything else. I trust these people to look after me the way I will look after them. And then you get this group of people and you say, I want to teach them what I know, and I want them to teach me what they know, etc., etc. Can you imagine the upward spiral? Can you imagine the community you could create?
Does anybody else
Mhm.
get Lord of the Flies vibes right now?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah,
right,
you
Bill. I'm
could,
saying, I mean,
yeah,
look, if
no,
that was the case, Bill,
I agree. And jokingly, of course, Jeremy says I can be the village idiot, but Leslie Ann could keep us hydrated. So there's, I think there's a lot of people within this
That's
group
it. With
that
that comment right there, I'm going.
James says I'd like the job of leader of whatever cult this is you all seem to be building.
James, you can have it, my friend. You can have it. You can have it.
I just want to people.
And James says Cliff will be the resident manure farmer. Awesome. Hey, listen, man. Everybody says Cliff is the shit.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. So we're and Chai says I'm not coming up there as the counselor. So whether we're talking moon or earthly,
That's
an
right.
earthly commune,
Chai's not going to
we
be the
could build
counselor.
we could build the Podlie podcast commune. So every
That's-
Monday night,
That's
you
right.
have to come to the Podlie podcast service.
That's right. And Jeremy says, totally agreed, Cliffy. Exactly, Jeremy.
I agree.
We don't have to have the same skills we started out with, right? Because what I don't know, some of the other people can teach me. What they don't know,
You'll learn.
I can teach them. And I think in terms of that, what'll happen is if everybody has the same mindset, what'll happen is you will actually create a bunch of people that have a lot of skills to bring to the table, number one, but you can monopolize on their higher skills. So if I'm particularly adept at, plant life or permaculture, then even though I know how to chop wood, even though I know how to shovel manure, even though I know all these things, or I could write, I could be the memoir guy and I could write, I could write about our trip. Even though I can do all of that, I could also be my primary contribution could be, let's say, the permaculture, because I might be good at that and I know how to feed us. Right? I'm a good cook.
Yeah.
Maybe my secondary function could be that I cook for the group. Right?
You know,
Yeah.
there's always that guy in commune who in communes who don't wear pants.
That would be you. That would be you, Paul.
That could be you.
And then maybe you can teach the rest of us that, and then we won't like it anymore.
I want to be that guy.
But yeah, you're right, Cliff. It really would become one big learning circle because you're learning from each other,
That's what I think.
which
Right? And it
in
would be
turn brings everybody together, right?
Yeah.
So
And then, like I say,
all right.
and all of it only starts, in my mind, all of it starts with the trust and faith in the people you're with. That's it. And I'm all about that. I'm all about the utmost trust and the utmost faith in people that I choose to hang around with. Right?
It would be interesting, something to explore for sure. And having
All
said
right.
that, we're just about completely out of time. And the other thing, sorry, Cliff, the other thing we would
Right.
get to try those, we might get to try your meatloaf.
Exactly. You guys, everybody that showed up tonight, and a lot more showed up than usual on the chat anyway, I wish to thank you. I speak for all three of us when I tell you we really appreciate you coming. We really appreciate the interaction on the chat line. The two new people, please forgive me if I missed anybody, but I know I saw Kat. She's been here before. Welcome back, Kat.
And we have lost Cliff. There he is.
I will speak for all of us when I tell you that we really appreciate you showing up.
100%, guys.
For sure. And again, apologies for our internet issues. We'll be back in the same room next week, so we won't run into this problem. So again, tune in YouTube, Facebook if you want to rewatch this. If you missed anything, you can do that. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want. As mentioned, you can see it there with all the comments and or watch it again on Facebook. I may or may not air this one on Friday night on soundsugarradio.com for the audio, only because of our streaming issues here tonight. The audio is kind of choppy at times. But anyway, everybody have a great night. We will be back next week, and we're going to try the Chat GPT live topic selection and see what AI selects for us.
Correct.
Just when I say it, you guys, take care of each other, will you please, this week?
And more than anything, stay happy, okay?
Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you all next week.